afternoon and good evening, and thank you for returning to my channel, to MYBITS. I love having you here and I appreciate you. Today we are taking a ride on the train. Choo-choo. We are on a train from Brisbane City, the centre of Brisbane, to the outskirts of the suburbs, heading on the tracks. This is my ride from work to my home every day. I catch the train in the morning and in the afternoon. And I wanted to talk to you about something important that I've been pondering on my train ride. So when I get on the train, I am either looking out the window, so let's say 90% of the time I'm looking out the window, and the other 10% I might be reading a book or writing. So in those 90%, that 90% period, I've been pondering on something and realizing something that's I feel quite important and quite significant to me and maybe to you as well. And that's why I thought I would share. We're watching things go by right before our eyes. They don't rush by. They don't trickle by. They don't, let's say, smoothly go by sometimes. They fly by, they bump by, they sometimes smoothly by, sometimes rough by, I think. But as you will see as we go along, it's never the same scenery. It's never the same ride. It's never the same. It's always different. It's always different. But the one thing that is consistent is that it is going by. Whether it's smooth, whether it's rough, whether it's bumpy, whether it's whatever it is moving forward. It is flying forward at certain points. And before we keep on looking out the window of the train, I want you to have a look at these little flowers that I filmed in my yard. Have a look at the vibrancy of life in the colour of the new little buds and the new little flowers, and then have a look between them. There are lots of little ones that have bloomed before, but are on their way out. And the new buds, the new flowers, the vibrancy doesn't stop because something has died, because something has passed its time, because something has been and gone. Life continues. Life continues all around us. And those little buds that come up and the flowers that bloom, they don't look, well, I don't know. I'm not a flower. But what I want to say is they don't stop their growth process because something has been and gone. They continue to bloom, they continue to grow, they continue to flourish. And as you have a look out the window here on the train, you can see that this train, and I'm going to say 98% of the trains, don't go backwards. They move forward. They don't go backwards. Find me a train that goes backwards, that goes, oh, choo-choo, forward, let's go. Oh, stop, we forgot someone at that station, let's go back and pick them up. And then they go forward again for another 2 stations, and then they go, oh, yep, let's go back 3 stations because back there the conductor didn't blow the whistle, so let's go back so he can blow the whistle so we can keep going. That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So this is the lesson of the train. You just keep, and it's like, it's a lesson of life itself. You just keep on moving forward. Because life is going by at very fast rates and very fast pace, and it doesn't matter what phase we are in life. It just moves forward. And if we forget to look out the window, things will pass us by unnoticed, unlived. Sometimes the view might be a little bit boring and a little bit rough. Yeah, it might be a concrete wall in our life. But even that concrete wall can teach us things. Even that concrete wall has its own beauty. Even that concrete wall has its own lessons. But we're not going to get the lessons. We're not going to get the beauty. We're not going to get anything if we are not looking up and out. If we are constantly within our own bodies, our own mind, our own little bubble of thoughts, our own bubble of social media, our own bubble of everything that keeps us from looking up and out, then we totally miss the lessons, the beauty, the experiences, the everything, because we are fighting thoughts. We're fighting the fact that the conductor didn't blow the whistle, and we're trying to go backwards when really the only way is forward. Yeah? And sometimes in that concrete wall, sometimes in that thing that seems so insignificant, that thing that seems so cold, there is more than meets the eye. There is way more than meets the eye. There is a type of energy. There is a type of depth that we fail to see. You know, and when life is zooming by and it comes to a halt, as it has now as we look out the window, take a breath. Take in the view. And when I say view, I don't just mean visually. I mean everything around you. If you are looking up, if your eyes are up and you're looking out, you are going to see things. You're going to experience things. Take the breath. Take it all in. It may seem small. It may seem insignificant. But when those moments of deep breathing, of those deep breaths, those moments of where you have stopped at a certain part of your life and you are looking out, are the moments we recharge, we reevaluate, we see if we're on the right track, no pun intended. And if you're not, next time you stop at the next station, you get off, you get on the right train, and you keep going forward. You keep going forward. Life is like that. You can always stop, get off, and get on the right path. Only because you've chosen something today, only because I got on this train today, doesn't mean I'm going to be on it for the rest of my life. Only because you chose a path in your life that took you ages to get there, doesn't mean you have to stay on it if you are on the wrong train. Doesn't. Don't stay on something, on a path and doing something only because you're pleasing others, only because you're too scared to try something different, only because you've worked so hard to get there, only to get there and to find out that wasn't the right path for you. There is always the option to get off and get on the right train. And I'm going to be extremely honest with you right now and raw. As I'm speaking to you about this, I am feeling like shit. I'm feeling like shit. There's this really nervous, anxious feeling in my belly and my chest. And this is the thing. And this is why I do it, when I write on my blogs, when I record these vlogcasts, when I have these ideas for these things that I want to share, generally it's because it's touched me some way or another and I want to share them with you. It's helped me, it's gotten me somewhere in a different path, and it's made me realize that I want to share that, right? But sometimes I don't get the depth and the gravity of the share until I start to write or speak. And I think this is what's happened right now. As I'm seeing things go past and I'm listening to my own words, I too get something out of it, and sometimes it stirs these things up inside of me, and sometimes it's these amazing feelings, and sometimes it's what I'm feeling right now, which is this anxiety. It's the best word I can use to describe it. And maybe it's because I need to take in my own advice of keep moving forward. And in this very moment I am, because all I want to do is stop recording and come back to it when I feel better. But I'm not. I'm choosing to keep going forward, because it's the only way I'm going to get through it. It's the only way I'm going to get over it and to the end of it. And it's the only way that I'm going to stop, take a breath.
Now arriving at Springfield Station. If this is your station, prepare to disembark.
Look at what's in front of me. See it for what it is. Ponder on what it is that's making me feel this way. And then slowly but steadily start moving forward again. Slowly but steadily move forward. Realize what it is that I need to do. Take some time to think about it. Learn from what has been. Learn from what is in front of me and ahead of me in terms of why I'm feeling this way. And then
The next station is Springfield Central.
as I get closer and closer and closer
All customers, please exit
to the
train on
next
arrival at
stop of my
Springfield
life,
Central.
take that breath again
Would like to remind
and go,
customers
okay,
to take all
am I
personal
on the right
possessions
train?
when you
Do I
leave
need
the
to
train.
make some
For
changes?
security reasons, please
And
do
it
not
might be
leave
the
personal
smallest
possessions
little thing.
unattended.
You know, you might when you get to your station and you choose to get on a different train, it might be for the smallest thing. And you need to change, what you have for breakfast. Or it might be something bigger. You need to move suburbs. Or it might be bigger still. You need to end a relationship, whether it be a friendship, a work relationship, a loving relationship. It doesn't always have to be major things that create a huge shift. Sometimes it can, and it is the smallest things that we tend to let go by unnoticed. You wouldn't have seen those trees in front of you had you not looked out the window. Oh, but there's trees everywhere. There are. They're abundant. They're there. You know, obviously that's a metaphor, but you will not see things unless you look, unless you have your eyes up and you realize that you're constantly moving forward. Life is constantly moving forward. It doesn't stop to wait. Like those flowers that bloomed amongst those that had already shared their beauty and left, they're moving forward. They're teaching us a huge lesson. And all we need to do is look up and out to notice and see and take those lessons and keep moving forward. Thank you for joining me on this train ride today. I hope this has helped you as much as it has helped me. Remember to be kind, be great, and be you. See you next week.